Okay, so now we are on YouTube too. Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Gabriele, and I will guide this immersion today. Today, we are going to talk about do opposites attract? And I'd like to explain a little bit how TNT works. Oh, I have some problems with my microphone. That's okay now. So my name is Gabriele. I'm 32 years old, and I will guide this immersion today. Let me explain a little bit how TNT works. TNT is a language platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced speakers. All immersion meetings are not regular classes, so I'm not a teacher, I'm a student too. And this is a place to talk a free conversation around a specific topic, okay? So we have some rules to follow to make this moment better. So the first one is to be respectful. The second one is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember that here we are in a safe place, so feel free to tell some word in Portuguese if you don't know how to say it in English. And the third and the last one is to have fun. Okay, guys? So I hope you enjoyed this immersion today. Today we are on 8 here, so I will create more rooms to make the conversations flow better. If you receive an invite to go to another room, please accept. If you know, just stay in the main room. At the end of the immersion, all of you came to the main room and we will discuss a little bit about the topic. Okay, guys? So let me create the rooms. Okay. Okay, guys. See you later. Bye bye.
Gabriela, you are on mute.
Ah, okay. Oh, I don't know what happens in today because I create two rooms. No, one more room, and I don't know, the room changed. The people that are here in the main room, I planned it to put in another room. I don't know what happened. But it's okay, guys. We can go fun in the same way. So let me see. Ianca, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, of course. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Gabriele. My name is Yanka. I am 27 years old until June of 2024. I am counting the days to my birthday because I'm going to have 28 years. I am trying to figure out what is happening in my life and what I want to construct and in the next month or years. I'm living Campinas. I'm doing my PhD in here, and it's this for now.
Thank you, Ianca. And you, Fernando, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. I am Fernando. I live in Brasília. I am 34 years old, so 10 years older than Ianca, and I'm also trying to figure out what is going on with life. I work as an administrative assistant, but I am interested in many areas, the language area, the music area, art in general, and I'm here on TNT. It's been a year and a month between comes and goes. And I really enjoy attending these meetings. That's it.
Thank you, Fernando. And you, Alexandre, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I'd say I know everything Bianca and Fernando are figuring out because I'm 70. I know everything you are and looking for in the future. I think you both of you need to be proud and be grateful only because you will be you have another birthday. It's so good. So I'm Alexandre from Vitória. As I said, I'm 70. I'm married. I have 2 kids, and I like to enjoy my time in the morning. I'm a morning person, and I do everything in the morning. In the afternoon, I prefer being at home. Maybe I study English, and maybe I watch some novel or soap opera or series. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Alexandre. So all of you know me, but I think maybe the people that are on YouTube don't know me. So I introduce myself. My name is Gabriele, as I said before, but you can call me Gabi. I'm 32 years old. I'm a food engineer and I work as a science entrepreneur. I live in Rio de Janeiro, but I'm from Pelotas, a city in the south of Rio Grande do Sul. So I moved on to Rio in 2021. So this year I will complete 3 years living in this beautiful city. I really like to talk about music and sports, especially running and yoga because they are my favorite ones. I'd like to take care of my plants at home, watching movies and series or something like that, or just to stay with my friends and go out with them. Yeah, guys, I think that's this for today. And let's move to the next question that's related to the topic that we'll discuss about. So, do you believe in the saying opposites attract? Why or why not? Bianca, can you start?
Yeah, sure. I don't think so. I'm sorry, but I don't think so. It can happen, of course, it can happen with everyone, but I think that people that are opposites just get frustrated and stressed during the relationship. So thinking about years together, in my perspective, can be a frustrating relationship. I have a friend that is non-monogamics, and her boyfriend is monogamicus, for example. And this is a kind of opposites that in my head don't works together because one person wants for a long time one thing, have relationships with other people, and another person just wanted to have relationship with that person. So can be stressing, I think. I don't think so that opposites can attract because the challenge is fire, is desafiador, but for a long relationship, I don't think so.
Good point of view, Bianca. And I agree with you in parts because, in my perspective, I think opposites can attract each other. But when we're talking about personality characteristics, because when you have discussing about crucial points like, as you mentioned, about being monogamic or not, or I don't know, maybe politicians, or maybe the vision of life or something like that. I think that the big ones, the big things, I think people you need to have a people that you agree in some way in these important things. It's like values, but not just only values. I think in the way that the person lives, these type of things, I think people, they need to agree each other to have a long relationship. But other things, like about if one person it's more spontaneous than the other, or if one person is more, I don't know, maybe more introverted, and the other is totally extroverted. I think this type of things is not it's not compromise the relationship. Maybe the difference can result in some I don't know, maybe some conflicts during in daily life, but not a big conflict. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I agree in parts. I think the crucial things in life that people need to agree to have a long relationship. And how about you, Fernando? How do you think about it?
I totally agree with you, and Bianca as well, because I think that both of you are saying more or less the same thing. Uh, in the crucial points, you at least to have a long relationship, you need to agree. And I think that this attraction might happen because it generates some kind of curiosity in the beginning and a challenging, as Yanka said, but to continue, to keep going with that for a long time, I think you have you need some similarities, especially on on those crucial points. Uh, so I kind of in the mid-term.
Thank you for sharing, Fernando. And you, Alexandre, what do you think about this question and the things that we pointed about it?
So I guess the opposite can attract each other. It's good. It's might not 100% good. Something needs to be in the same page, right? When you meet someone and you realize that the other person isn't in the same page as you, like financial planning, health planning, and respect and confidence, and the opposite can attract one physically, but it can be a disaster, as was my first marriage. Which, uh, we were 100% out of the same page. So now I am in my second marriage. I am a bit organized, and my wife is a stronger mess, but it's okay for me. I like to cook and prepare the food. My wife doesn't like to go to the kitchen only to get her food or coffee. But it's okay as well for me because she works a lot outside. But in general, I think 50% good and 50% bad. You need to think about respect, think about confidence, about financial planning, kids planning, uh, to grow in a couple, right? Because if you don't do that, your couple will fail, right? Other thing I would say, I am a little organized, but I say that I'm organized. My wife is messy. Uh, I like to go out, and she doesn't. She like being at home, and then I stay with her at home. But I would like to maybe go out at night, drink a beer, and etc. I am a little extrovert, and she is introvert. But this kind of situation can match each other, right? It's not a problem for a couple. That's it, guys.
Good point, Alexandre. What you mentioned about staying in the same page, I think it's crucial to start a relationship, because sometimes one person don't think to stay in a relationship, and for the other person it's the main reason, it's the point. So you need to stay in the same page to start in a relationship and to maintain it. And the other things like some preferences and some traits of personality, I think these type of things the couple could lead together. So
Yes.
it's not a barrier. It's not a thing that if you don't agree with me, it's a disaster. So it's just because people are naturally different, and I think it's impossible to meet a person that is totally equal to you. So in same points, maybe you don't agree exactly, but it's related to preferences or traits of personality. I think it's not a problem. It's just a compliment, all right? And guys, the question number 3 is about, in your relationships, do you find that you are drawn to people who are similar to you or those who are different, and why? Fernando, can you start?
Yeah, I think usually to people that are similar in some area, at least, because because of my routine, everything that I do is related to the things that I enjoy doing. So, for example, in the language area, so I will meet someone that are interested in languages, for example, or music, or something that I am interested in. So I kind of don't give opportunity to meet people outside of those areas, and I think it's normal to everyone. So that's the reason. And you, Bianca?
In general, yes. And it's because there are some points that I don't give up. I agree that we have to meet. We have it's strong, but we meet people that no. In relationships, we have relations with people that are at the same page that we are. And there are some points that I don't give up, I think, like political points of view, for example. It's a point, a strong point to me. I am an Afrocentrated person too. So for relationships, I prefer Black people. Financial things too. Responsibility, people that don't have responsibility to me, it's a little bit weird. So there are some points that I value more, and I try to attract people or try to have relationship with people that share the same point of view that I have. Obviously, that people are different, and there are many points that we have to discuss or have conversations about, or not to, or don't. But there are some points that I don't give up. So it's a peneira sometimes. And you, Alexandre?
I think I'm drawing 50% for 50% similar, 50% different, because something I like to do my wife doesn't, something I like to do my children don't. But I think we are having a good relationship because we need to live with the difference of people, right? If you are totally equal, it's not good. It's like a boring couple. So it's good when someone is a little different of you. Like, I like to go abroad. My wife doesn't like, but she doesn't stop me. She said, "Go and enjoy." The same thing. I don't like to go to a big group of people and a lot of noise. And she said, I am going to, she said, I'm going to meet my friends, from my last school or my 10 years ago school. So that's okay. You can go. I'm very agreeable about this, and we are very confident about this.
Yeah, that's so nice, guys. And in my case, I think I think I'm like, as Alexandre says, I'm 50-50, because I think uh, things like sense of responsibility, or independence, or politicians, and I don't know, view about life, and a person that really have a positive view of life. I think this type of things, it's it's crucial to me. So I tend to find people that have these type of things, or think about it the same way as me. But the other things, I think it's good to be a little bit different. Like when a person, like, I don't know, it's like Alexandre says, a person that is more extroverted than you, or a person that is more talkative to you, or prefer to go out than stay at home. I think this brings some dynamics to the relationship, and it's good. It's so good. I had in the past a relationship that me and my ex-boyfriend, um, we have the same hobbies, and the same, and we have some we had some traits of personality that are so similar. And I remember that it was a little bit boring, because we thought in the same way. We we don't surprise the other with different plans to the day, or different things for life, for daily life. And I don't know, it's like we are good together, but we were good together, but it's like a monocle. It's like I think that it's always the same. We don't have ups and downs. We just are in the same line, and I don't know. It's not good to us. And ex boyfriend, I agree with me, because we are too similar in the same hobbies and things that we like to do, and traits of personality, and of course the points of view that I mentioned. So it's like a a version of each one, but a female and a male version, and it's not good to us. We prefer to broke up, yeah, broke up. So let's move to question number 4. How do you think difference in a personality or interests contributes to a relationship's dynamic? How do you think, Alexandre?
How do you think differences in personality or interests contribute to relationship dynamics? Oh, this kind of answer question, if the differences are positive, it's good to grow the relationship, to have a dynamic relationship and grow na couple. But only if the differences are positive, because the differences are negative, it's not good. Maybe the relationship will break in some moments, because imagine you are a saving and your couple is a spending, right? You are a person who like to go to everywhere and talk to everyone and shake hand to everyone. And your couple doesn't like that. She or he is like so jealous about you. So it's a big difference, but not good. So I think if the difference is good, it can contribute to the couple growth. It's okay, but on the contrary, it's a disaster. It's will find ended up in the breakout couple.
Yeah, I agree with you, Alexandre. And I think maybe even if the difference are not good, if you don't if you we don't find a balance to overcome it, it could be a disaster. Because sometimes you are with a person that spends more money than you, but if you don't talk about it and or don't find a balance to, I don't know, to 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 find a balance in this aspect or the other aspects that annoy you, you need it could be a disaster. So even if you have things that we don't agree, or things that in a, in a first view it's not too good to the relationship, you need to talk about it and to find a balance. And if you don't find it, I think it could be a disaster for the couple and for the relationship, you know. And how about you, Fernando? What do you think about the question number 4?
I think that we have to find a balance, as you were saying, in everything related to a relationship. If you are 100% equal in every interest, it will be boring. If you are totally different, there will be no relationship. So you have to find this balance, and it's good for both of the involved. That those differences exist. For example, I am a person that I like to stay at home a lot. So if I find a person that it's always that likes to stay at home as well, we will never leave. We never go outside. So it's not good. It's not healthy.
Never see the sun.
Yeah, it's not good. So my ex, for example, she used to go outside, and she kind of pushed me to go outside as well. So it was good for me because of that. I kind of create a flexibility to myself. Of course, that if she likes to, if the other person likes to do something that I don't like, this other person will go do by herself. But in somehow it helps on each other to become a better person, to be more flexible, to learn things. So I think it helps in a lot of ways.
Yeah, thank you, Fernando. And you, Yanka?
Yeah, I agree. I agree too with the idea of balance between these two things, because it's nice to fit the relationship. I think we sometimes, we think that in our relationship we make one person, two persons make one person. I don't know how to explain this thing, but it's nice each person have their own personality, their own hobbies, for example, their own loves, their own activities, to bring these things into the relationship and fit maybe the relationship with these novelties and bring some dynamic too. But I think the key is balance, maybe, because I had a boyfriend that liked to go out too, for example. And when I saw I was negligencing, I was putting my things in the side to go out with him, and it wasn't good for my job, for example. But he kind of demand a partnership into the holidays, into the meetings with friends. So it's nice to have a balance. It's nice.
And guys, these questions are not in the list, but I'm thinking about do you believe that when we getting old, you feel more resistant to difference? Like maybe the things that are trivial, but the things that are about the personality or the things that the other person like. Do you think that we become more resistant to this difference or not? Alexandre.
Like, just me. So I guess when we become older and older, we are maybe being more calm person. We know how to handle bad situation, and you can help each better than when we were young, right? Now I have the right view of the life. I know exactly what I need to do to help my kids, my wife, and and then they know how I am. They know how I am, or they know how I am. I know they know how I am. They do the right thing for me, and it's because just me. But when they are together without me, the situation is different. Maybe I need to go there and give some advice to them because they are younger and they maybe uh, go on a fight, right? But when you get old, it's good. Certainly, you are getting more patient and gaining experience to handle situations.
Good point, Alexandre. And you, Bianca, what do you think about?
I think that, I don't know actually, but I think that with experience, I agree with Alexandre, and with experience, maybe you know what problems is your problem and what problems is not your problem. So you can make this differentiation maybe. So some fights you have to take and to have a discussion, a conversation about, but another conversation you just pass, and I think it's that, but I don't know. I will wait to see, maybe.
You guys, you are so amazing. I really like the discussion. And yeah, I agree with you guys. And I think maybe when we grow up, you became more selective to to the things in general. But as Alexandre said, I think we became more patient about the, and we need to handle. You know how to handle some situations because some of them you lived and you know how it works, or the other we have more patience to handle. And yeah, I think we became we become more selective with the person that we when we are maybe when we are finding someone to have a relationship, we become more selective with the things that you accept or not in a relationship or in a person. But I agree with you, and when you became more patient and you know how the battle you fight, and about the others that you just, it's not your problem, you know. And how about you, Fernando?
I agree that people become more experienced and more aware of the files to pick up. But also depends on the people that we are talking about, because there are many people that become very stubborn, and it's kind of comprehensive because they are doing the same thing over their lives. So it's difficult to see those things in another perspective. But it might be a problem as well, because we are always changing and trying to become better people. And if you stop doing that, you lose an important point of life. So really depends on the person.
Yeah, good point, Fernando. So, guys, I suggest you to move to the question number 6, because until now we are discussing about romantic relationships, but I think friendship is a good way to talk. It's a good point to talk about difference. So the question number 6 is, in terms of friendships, do you find that your closest friends share many similarities with you or have significant difference? In my case, guys, I'm not sure, because I have some friends that we share several similarities, but I have some friends that are totally opposite than me. So I don't know what happens, but I really like them, but we are totally different. And I think it's not compromised our friendship, because we don't see each other too much. We are not in touch um, every day, for example. But yeah, I'm not sure. I have the both. I have friends that are so similar than me, and the other friends that are totally different than me. And how about you, Fernando?
I think all of my friends have some area in interest in common, as I said before. But this is also a thing that is not the same, because we are changing, so the similarities are changing as well. Maybe that's the reason why we are close to a friend, and then we are not that close anymore, and we keep floating among people, because we keep changing. So right now I am in the moment that I don't share very similarities with my best friends of life. So I'm kind of distant of them, and getting closer to other people. So this is, as all the questions, there is not a specific answer. It's depends on the moment, depends on the person.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think in this part that you mentioned, that we are changing and our friends are changing too. So yeah, sometimes in parts of life you don't agree, or we don't have the same aspect, or we are in not the same page, as Alexandre said before. And I think it's a part of friendship. I have one of my best friends are in a delicate moment in her life, sorry, because she's finishing her PhD, and it is a difficult moment for her, and I see my friends totally different than she was or she is, because of the specific moment. So, but in the same way, I continue to like and to talk about with her, because she is so special to me, and I know that this is a specific moment of her life, and I need to be patient with this situation. And yeah, maybe it could be a fact that changed that maybe changed her, but I think it's not compromise that the people that she is. So yeah, I think it depends of the phase. I know that I changed, and in the same period of my life, I changed a lot. And when I remember the people that I was at the end of my PhD, I was so chaotic, and yeah, and I know that we need to understand this period of life of our friends. And you, Alexandre, what do you think about?
So I am a person who goes from the middle to the left, right? That's why I hate the extreme right. I hate Bolsonaro. It's clear for me in my mind. So I have a lot of friends similar to me that is not the left, but goes to in the middle, helping people, agreeable to protect Black people, LGBT, and so on. And I have friends that enjoy garimpeiros go to Amazon and destroy an place. They enjoy uh, 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 fighting to black, say something not bad for LGBT. I consider them my friend, right? But I don't enjoy them so much. Uh, I didn't block them yet, but maybe I will block them because so imagine we are all of us in the world, we are the same boat, right? If the boat goes down to the bottom of the sea, everyone will die. So you need to help each other, guys. Why why can I think only about me and my family and don't think about others? Or even the poor people, the miserable people, right? We need to help them, make donation, right? But uh, they are some are different. They are good. We meet together. We have barbecue together. We travel together. Some are so different that I avoid to find them somewhere because maybe I'll pass and say nothing for them.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Alexandre, I think about I don't have friends that are in opposite uh, about politicians things
Police.
or and I think it's a value for me. So I don't know if people that agree with the man that governed our country in the
But
last
I
year.
worked several years in a bank. And I know everyone I almost everyone in Vitória, everyone knows me. So I
Yeah.
have friends for outside of the political situation. So I need to to think they are my friends. And they think I am your friend. But maybe you are in the separate page.
Yeah, I understand you. But things like you mentioned it about prejudice or I don't for me it's not acceptable. So I can't have a friendship with a person that thinks that people from LGBT or people I don't know that things that think of totally different than me in these points, all right? Because for me it's not accept. I don't accept people. I don't accept friends that I don't know think that prejudice is common. I, I don't know if I can explain this in English, but it's like se a pessoa concorda que ela tem que, sei lá, que preconceito é normal e que, enfim, nós não somos, que, tipo, as pessoas não têm os mesmos direitos, ou, enfim, pensam em coisas assim do tipo que vão ferir os direitos humanos, ou de alguma forma vão ferir naquilo que eu acredito, eu não consigo ter uma relação de amizade muito profunda. Era isso que eu estava tentando falar em inglês, mas seria isso, assim, para mim não é aceitável ter um amigo que é preconceituoso. Então, in this type of things, I'm not accept this thing, you know. And you, Bianca?
Prejudice isn't funny too. Isn't funny. It's prejudice. Yeah, I agree with you guys, but I agree strongly with Alexandre. But I broke up with some friends because of that, and I don't regret. I'm sorry, because we are going to have another election in the future, and I won't be in the same side of them. And I returned to our other questions about be in the same page. I think we have to have similarities with our friends, but in the friendship, I'm more open to the different, I think. Then in a relationship, with my boyfriend or girlfriend, for example, with friends, I think I'm more open to the difference because it's that I don't see them, I don't see them every day or every week. Sometimes I take a long time to see my friends. Actually, I'm a ghost sometimes, but my love for them is true, it's real, and they know it. But yeah, I think it's that actually.
So I have a closest friend. She works with me more than 30 years. Most of the time in the same place, and she is totally strong right, and I am in the left. So one day there was a parade in Vitória, you know, parade. They were a Marcha para Jesus, and they were carrying a big gun over the car, and she was in the middle. So the day after, I call her. So why could you participate in a tall parade with carrying a big gun? There's a banner with a big gun, right? Have a march to Jesus, but they were in the same time agree that you have to carry a gun to kill other person, but it's not much, right?
Yeah.
But we have to talk a lot to find a way to continue friends because of that.
Yeah, and I think it's related that you discussed it before about that sometimes we have friends for a long time, and in a part of time we cannot recognize them
Yeah,
anymore because they changed a lot, and they changed in values and things that are so crucial to you, like you mentioned it, and you are perfect, Alexandre, about it. And because it's things that are totally in opposite that you believe, and that maybe it could be uncomfortable to you to have this relationship or to maintain this friendship as it was, you know. So yeah, guys, welcome again, guys. The discussion in the main room is so inspiring. So I'd like to know about you, Gabriel. How was the conversation for you in the side room?
It was very interesting. We lost Ayla because of she had troubles with her notebook, but me, Bruno, and Isabel, we had a great time together, and the conversation, a great topic to today. We brought some aspects of our personal lives, me, Bruno, and Isabel, and it was very good. It was very good. Thank you all.
And I'd like to know, let me see. Gabriel, do you think that the idea of opposite attract is more applicable to certain types of relationship than others?
That is a great one. We were talking before, at least in romantic relationship, at the main topics, about raising kids and building our lives together. We must understand each other and agree at least 90% of the time. But in secondary topics such as music or even sports or even politics or religion, we can sometimes disagree. We must understand that we must agree by disagreeing, as we say in Portuguese. And when we have some good times with our friends, it's good to have a different opinion and a different vision than ours, because it's a time that we can, learn with different views than ours. So yeah, I think that.
Thank you for sharing, Gabriel. And how about you, Bruno? How was the conversation for you?
This conversation was one of the best that I had here on Talk and Talk. The topic is great. The questions were made like you were really, really inspiring. When you made the questions, because I was like, my mind was blowing. Really, really good questions and great topic.
Let me ask to you, do you believe that over time people in a relationship tend to become more similar or more different?
More similar for sure, because you get used with the another person, your partner, and you get used with that, and you start to like act like her or him, so it depends of the case. But for sure there are things that in my case, for example, we do together that maybe she didn't do that, when she were single, but now that we are together, we do it, and we do it like happy, because we are completing one another. So it's a really great thing, in our relationship.
That's great, Bruno. Thank you for sharing. Guys, I'd like to spend all night to talking about this topic with you, because it was so amazing for me, and I hope you like it. And I put on the chat the survey for this immersion, so you can put a note from 1 to 10 for this immersion and bring some comments. How can I improve the immersions for you, and some suggestions about the topics that you really like to talk about. And next week we are going to talk about life purpose. It's a deep conversation, and I hope you see you again. Okay, guys. So have a good rest of the week. Have a good weekend, and bye bye.
Bye-bye.